Hello, Happy New Year. I hope you had a lovely break. Here we are back in the swing of things. So we're just going to go through very quickly what we're doing in maths for the next few weeks so you can support your child with their learning at home. We are focusing very much on multiplication and division for the next couple of weeks. One of the main things ongoing for the rest of the year is going to be learning and practicing times tables. We are going to be doing a lot of work in school on that. So if we can encourage you to support your child by using times tables, rock stars at home and just helping them with their times tables, that would be fantastic because they need to be really quite fluent in their times tables, and that's going to help them with all their other multiplication and division work as well. As well as the mental maths side of it, we're also going to be doing some work on written multiplication and division. One of the things we're going to be learning about is multiplying and dividing a number by 10 and 100. And one of the ways we're going to be doing that is by using a place value chart like this and looking at how the number shifts depending on if you multiply it by 10 or 100. So, for example, if you've got a number, for example, 246, if you multiply that by 10, every digit shifts one place this way. So, the 200 is going to become 2000, the 40 becomes 400, the 6 becomes 60, and then there's a 0 there to show that there is nothing in the ones column. Everything is 10 times bigger, and when you're dividing by 10, it obviously shifts the other way. The other thing we're going to be doing a lot of work on is written methods of multiplication if you're dividing bigger numbers. And we're going to be working up towards doing 3 digits by 1 digit. So I've got an example on the board here, so I can show you the method that we're going to be teaching in school. So starting at the ones end of the calculation, we've got 2 multiplied by 4 is 8, and then moving along into the tens column, 3 times 4 is 12. So 2 goes in there, and then we carry the 1 underneath into the next column. And then onto the hundreds, 4 times 4 is 16. You then add on the 1 that you have carried underneath to give you 17. And then because there isn't any further calculation to do here, you can write that 1 there to give you your final answer. Hope that all makes sense to you. If you've got any questions at all, do please feel free to come and ask us. Thanks. Bye for now.
Hello. I'm going to be talking a bit today about what we will be covering in our English lessons. So we are going to be writing for a range of purposes across the next term. The final outcomes that the children will produce will be a newspaper report towards the end of the term, a setting description, and the biggest piece of writing that we're going to work on will be our narrative. We will work on this in stages, so the children will learn all of the features of the start of a story, the beginning. We'll then move on to the features in the middle of a story, building up the suspension and the excitement in the story. And finally, the children will work on writing their resolution. So that will actually span over several weeks. One of the things that we find the children find most challenging within those features is speech, and particularly punctuating speech. So I just wanted to go over what that looks like in terms of how we teach the children, just in case you did want to support at home, or the children are coming home finding it challenging or becoming frustrated, then you might be able to support too. So I've got 2 examples of speech here. We have what the person is saying, and then what we call the reporting clause, which is who said it. So it's this way, followed by said Tom. So in this example, said Tom would be our reporting clause. So to punctuate this speech, I would need my inverted commas, or speech marks, as we most of us know them as, which look like this. So we'll even just have a bit of time practicing writing our inverted commas before they put them into the speech. And basically they just show where the speech begins and where the speech ends. So in this sentence, it's this way is what the person is saying. So that will need the inverted commas. And then the bit that can be quite confusing for the children is that generally at the end of what is being said, you will have a comma because the whole clause has not yet finished, and then the full stop will go right at the end. The only reason that would be different is if we had an exclamation mark there to show emotion, or a question mark if it were a question. Then we're looking at the same sentence, but this time the reporting clause is going to come at the start. So we have Tom said, it's this way. Again, the comma comes at the start, so you can see here, even though the reporting clause is at the end, the comma comes at the start because it's not quite finished. So Tom said, comma, it's this way. We need our inverted commas to show that that's what's being said. And this time, this is the end of the sentence, the end of the whole clause, so full stop will go at the end, but it goes inside the inverted commas. So that is what we'll be focusing on with the children. The other thing that we will talk to them about is the fact that every time we have a new speaker, it's a new line. So if Tom finishes speaking, somebody new starts to speak, then we will move on to the next line down just to show the conversation very clearly. Thank you for all your support. I know you're all helping at home with reading for English and spellings on EdShed, so just want to say a big thank you and looking forward to this term with Year 4. Thank you.